So, got a bit of damage to the bow of this Winona Rogue. It's being paddled tandem. The clients were doing exactly what I'd asked of them. We'd run the same line the day before, but the water had dropped. They had a little bit of speed on. They met and it must have been an extremely sharp edge of rock, and what it's done is driven in here, and it's actually punched a hole right the way through. The first thing that I knew about, well, I saw them stop dead. One of them actually went forward far enough that he broke one of the thwarts within the boat, but he was okay. They stayed upright, they slid off, but as they started paddling down the next bit of the rapid, they said, "There's water coming in, Ray, we've got a leak." So they'd managed to punch a hole right the way through the boat. Not their fault, they were on the line that I asked them to take. Won't be asking people to go that way again in low water. So now I have a problem in that this has got to be repaired. And what it's done is it's pushed in a whole section of the Royalex here. And Royalex, remember, is the predecessor to T-Formex. It's a laminate. The good thing is, everything is still, including the pushed in bit, really solid. It doesn't want to move. So I have a number of choices now. I could try heating this from the inside, so I could push this section back into line. And in the past, when I've had the front of a boat dented majorly, then I've actually put the boat upright, got the airbags clear, and then just added a lot of hot water to the end of the canoe. And then when I feel it's warm enough, use a broomstick or something similar to actually push the dent back out. Here I can't do that because there's a hole right through, and as I say, I don't need to in this particular case, but if I wanted to push that section back in, I think I would have tried using hot water bottles. I really don't want to try a flame on it. Something that I can apply the heat, but it's not going to be too much. I'm a bit concerned about doing that, and it still feels really solid. There is a slight bulge on the inside. I can smooth that out. I'm going to have to cut off this piece that juts up. That's in the way. And then I can fill this with a putty that's specially designed for use on canoes. Once that's in, and this is now back the same shape as it should be, I will need to check the inside, make sure that's smooth, there's no edges. And that will be the repair, and that will harden. However, what I will then do is something I do with older boats. I don't tend to do it with newer boats. I can put a skid plate onto here, or some people call it a bang plate, and that will cover the whole of this area and give it additional protection. So this is a putty from Endless River. Thanks very much, Dave. And this is what I'm going to use to do the repair on the hull. So the putty does come with its own instructions. It's designed to repair cracks, scuffs and holes in canoes, kayaks, other watercraft. Works, and the great thing is it works on damp surfaces and even underwater. Bonds permanently and rebuilds broken parts. So it suggests you abrade and clean surfaces to be bonded. Well, I think those are already abraded. And you need to remove part of the film, cut it, and as you see there, it's actually in two parts. So what I need to do is cut out the amount I think I need, and then I need to actually knead it until it becomes a uniform colour. Once it's done that, they reckon it's workable for 4 minutes. And then it only takes an hour to set. If I was in Canada or if I was in Scotland, I could fill this with this putty. I would probably then protect it with gaffer tape, and I can continue with my trip. So it's part of my repair kit that I carry with me, but here is the permanent solution. So I'm just going to cut a section off I have another tube if I need it, but I think that should be enough for this first repair. I've got that from the inside to make sure it's all smooth. So now it's a case of just kneading it to try and get that uniform colour. Yeah, I've got limited time now, but it's a uniform colour, so now to start pressing it in. So the putty has filled it from the other side. I've left this like this. I didn't want to try and bend it back, and I'm just going to use a bit more putty just to fill in and make sure I've got a smooth finish there so I don't damage airbags or the like. If I wanted to make it stronger still, then I would put a Kevlar patch over the top of this, very much as I would fit a skid plate on the outside, but just covering a much smaller area. To complete the repair, the end of the canoe was covered with a skid plate, and this is covered in a second video. If you've enjoyed this video, please click on the like button. If you'd like to subscribe, please click on the icon in the bottom right corner.